Hey, Electricity, welcome to my Matrix. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world, especially with the Middle East and everything over there. And that made me think, what has happened with the Doomsday Clock? And the Doomsday Clock is a real thing. It's not something that's made up. This was actually started, oh my gosh, so long ago by Albert Einstein and Robert Oppenheimer. And let me look at this, make sure I got it right. Scientists at the University of Chicago. And this was back in 1945. And so what they did, they were actually the ones who actually were involved with the Manhattan Project and nuclear things and things like that, nuclear development. And so throughout the years, scientists have looked at the world and see whether or not the clock needs to be reset. Are we getting closer to disaster? And we are. The things that they do look at are things like war. They look at things that are happening globally, like global warming. Now they've actually added in AI and the dangers that it has, and lots of other things, disasters that we have that are natural. And I think about a year ago, they actually they put out a warning that the political scene was getting kind of out of hand. People were grabbing for power. A lot of the world leaders are power hungry. They looked at a lot of things that were collapsing as far as agreements that countries had with each other, agreements that were actually kind of like falling apart because of whatever reason. So all the things we had in place started collapsing that were good, that kept us in peace with other countries. So they took a good look at everything and decided, well, this isn't doing so good. And so with everything that has happened recently, they've actually had to reset the clock again. Right now, the clock is set at 85 seconds to midnight. Midnight is actually a total disaster. Excuse me. And they actually had to reset it in January. Let me make sure that's right. Let me get the right date here. Yep. 2026 in January, they moved the time. So it's now at 85 seconds to midnight. And over the years, they've had to reset the clock about 27 times since its debut in 1947. So this world, I don't know, it's, not looking good. And I don't know if you're paying attention to the international news, but that's where you really need to look, because the international news from other countries are really giving a full story that our local news and national news is not giving us. So please go look at your international news, reputable international news, because you'll have some updates that you might be truly amazed at. Anyway, the Doomsday Clock, very real, has been reset, and we're that much closer to disaster. So all we can do is just pray and hope that things will turn around into a positive direction, because it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. Y'all have a great night. Bye.